Hey y'all, good morning. Um, so I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about in this next video, and I keep talking about how, at this big age, I'm learning so many things, or not learning, but applying, because I can't lie. I had a lot of good people in my life who mentored me, and, I got a good mom, aunts, uncles, brothers, and friends. So can't say like, oh, nobody ever told me. What I can say is I didn't apply what I was told. So I wanted to talk about boundaries 101. I am, if I'm gonna be transparent, I have had a history of being a people pleaser. Okay, I am the person who wants to keep all the relationships. I want everything to be smooth and seamless. I want everybody to be happy and comfortable. And so I tend to kind of like be just extremely chill. Like I'm the easygoing person, like I don't really cause a whole lot of drama and stuff like that. Or I don't know, I might be dramatic like in my personality, but I'm not, picking fights and stuff like that. And with my friendships, once again, I have great friendships, but that's because those people appreciate my personality. Like they like me for who I am, and they appreciate and value me. But in dating relationships, I found myself being attracted to people who are either emotionally unavailable, a lot of times emotionally unavailable, emotionally immature, or just they lack emotional intelligence. And it's not to say like, oh, I got it all together, because I don't. Because there was a time in my life when I was younger, before I had done any work on myself, where I would consider myself to be the toxic one. Like, I've dated a couple of men who were very, very high quality men, but I was younger, much younger. I'm talking like early 20s younger. And I didn't realize how precious they were. And because I hadn't done any work on myself, I didn't even understand how to navigate, being in a relationship with a person who was a healthy person. Because honestly, I wasn't healthy. So I didn't know how to appreciate them and things like that. Now, through the years, I've done a whole lot of work on myself, but I still found myself being attracted to and attaching myself to people who was just like, It's like I was putting all this time in, almost like, oh, I can love them to life or something. I don't know, but it was a disservice. It ended up hurting me, and hurting me worse than had I just had boundaries. So boundaries 101. Number one rule: say no early and often. Say no. I was always the type that's like, I would bend and fold myself into a pretzel just to accommodate what some man wants, instead of us both compromising and bending and and making concessions for each other. It does not work. If you don't say no early and often, basically what people are going to do is they're going to continue to test your boundaries. They're going to continue. They're going to, every second that they get, they're going to try to push the limits. And so now, if it's something that I don't feel comfortable with, the answer is no. And you got to be okay with letting that person go to find the person who is compatible with them and will give them what it is that they're looking for, and give you the space to meet who you are looking for. Now, one thing I will say, most of my like dating relationships, they weren't toxic for very long, because I don't stay that long. But for that time period when it was a thing, I would bend too much. And so now I'm finally becoming more comfortable with being by myself. I never really enjoyed being alone, but now I'm getting more, and it's mainly because of boredom, and then also not wanting to sit with negative feelings. but I'm forcing myself to learn how to cope and to sit with like negative feelings or intrusive thoughts or whatever, and recognizing that like that stuff is going to pass. Like whatever you're feeling, you're not going to feel that way forever. And it's a hard thing to do. And like I say, I'll keep saying, at this big age, I'm just starting to do it. But I'm glad for it. It's a good journey. It's a good process. And the thing about it is, I'm 40. I'm not dead. Like as long as you still have breath in your body, you can still learn new things. You can still grow. And my goal is always progress. I'm not looking. I mean, it would be lovely to be perfect, but nobody's ever going to be perfect. Not while they're on this earth. But so it's always progress, not perfection. So I'm just glad to be finally in a place where I feel comfortable enough to even talk about this stuff, because it is a little bit embarrassing, a little bit shameful. But it is what it is. You know, you can't help it. Like one of my friends said, they was like, you know, some people go through their entire lives and never learn the lessons. They never change. They never grow. And I don't want to be that person. I would rather continue to learn and grow from 40 until until I leave the earth, than to never even try. So that was it. Boundaries 101. Say no early and often. Okay, if you don't feel comfortable with it, the answer is no. And that's okay. Let people be free. I hope y'all are having a good day. Be back on here soon.